What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. And man, tomorrow we about
He's
to
back.
no, we back. He's back, and we're gonna make some money again. You know what I'm talking about? It's our boy Sebastian Fundora. He's coming off of a 1 year hiatus. Not really a hiatus. Well, it's a hiatus. That's a way. No matter how you look at it, it's a hiatus. He hasn't
I
fought for
mean,
1 year, but
to be fair, at PBC standards, that's normal.
that's normal. Yeah, it is
He's
normal,
he,
right?
he's on schedule, I guess.
He's fighting this Saturday, defending his belts against Cordale Booker.
Against Marvin.
Against me, except the more darker version. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm excited for this fight. Why? Because I want to see if Sebastian can really hold it down. You know, like, congrats to Fundora for beating Tszyu, right? In my opinion, if it was under different circumstances, if that Muay Thai elbow did not happen, Tszyu may have won that fight. If I'm being honest, but you know, kudos to Fundora for capitalizing on that,
Yeah.
and we'll see if he can really pull it off this Saturday. Because Cordell Booker, he ain't no chump.
Well, both pretty similar records for both guys. One loss. Both of their each losses they had were KOs. So um, Cordale, I don't really know much about him, but watching his highlights seems like he's a tough son of a gun. And that's what you need, for your comeback fight. Um, Fundora was inactive. Obviously, he was off for a year, but it was, he broke his nose against Tszyu because that was a bloody war. And then it was kind of unfortunate because he was good to fight. However, um, what do you call that? He was supposed to fight, what's his face? Errol Spence. That's been ongoing for a while, and then obviously it died down because they couldn't come to an agreement, or I think WBO didn't sanction that fight to be a championship fight, rightfully so, because you don't want to, you can't just give Errol Spence after a knockout loss to Crawford, you can't move up and fight for two titles right away. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I mean he's back in track on Saturday night. It will be his comeback fight, quote unquote tune up, but I think it's gonna be a tough fight. We've seen it a lot of times. Tszyu, um, when he fought, Bakram, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of upsets that we've seen in the past year. If I'm Fundora, I'm not gonna look over Cordell. I mean, obviously he better come out with a W, or else he's gonna take it from him.
Yeah, man, you absolutely right. But this, if he does win, well, if he does win this Saturday, and let's say Tim Tszyu, because he's fighting what, April 6th
Yeah.
as well. If they both win, would you like to see a rematch?
It's weird because it's two different circumstances now. If we were to rematch right after their first fight, yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
However, whatever happened. Errol Spence tried to steal the show, but right now, man, I don't think so. It depends on how Fundora wins. I think he's on to bigger things. It sucks how I say that because Tim Tszyu doesn't have a belt, and they're setting up a fight between Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman, assuming Tim Tszyu wins. But you know how Tim Tszyu gets, man. He better get, he better win that fight. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see a rematch. I just don't think it's that time yet. Tim Tszyu has to build up, maybe beat Thurman first, and then maybe beat a Virgil, which is going to be a tough fight. But I want to see Fundora either unify or defend it against one of these Riyadh season guys, man. So either Virgil, Bud. I would love to see Bud fight, but obviously, Bud's gonna move up. Hell, Virgil fight or what's his name? The other champion, the guy that beat Tim Tszyu, Bakram. Bakram is no small 154 pounder.
Mm-mm.
So they're both gonna be huge and tall, right? So that's gonna be a good eye-catching fight. But if he wins, assuming he does, there's gonna be a lot. I want to see him, step up in competition because this is just quote unquote gonna be a stay busy fight for him before he moves up or not move up before he moves up in competition.
Yeah, and since we're talking about Keith Thurman, man, what do you think of that fight with Brock Jarvis?
Yeah, it was it was. I don't know. I'll ask you first, and then I'll say my opinion.
Oh man, I'll be honest. When I watched that fight, I was like, well, leading up to the fight, the build up before the fight, I was like, man, I don't know if Keith Thurman still got it. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, were a lot of people wrong. A lot of people like legit were counting him out, myself included. And when he put him out in the third round, like he said he would, well, not exactly the third round. He said he would put him out early.
He
I
did.
was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was Keith Thurman, obviously the knockout came and he just capitalized on it as the veteran that he is. But I just wished he would have gotten more rounds. That's it. Obviously you saw the rust. 3 years out of the ring, you're gonna be rusty. Hell, he might be rusty his next fight if he gets Tim Tszyu, which is gonna be dangerous. But yeah, he looked good. Obviously, the first round he got hit, but that's boxing, and he was downloading. He was never, being off for 3 years. I didn't expect him to be the sharpest Keith Thurman. So yeah, I mean, other than that, second round he was able to move well. Third round he got him out of there, which I kind of expected. But that performance doesn't really, it's a good win, but for me, it doesn't really convince me that he's really back yet because I want to see him against maybe another fight. However, it seems like he's gonna get Tim Tszyu, assuming Tim Tszyu wins. So that's gonna be a tough test. But I can't count him out, man. Keith Thurman is always dangerous. So it was only one guy that beat him, and that was a close fight. So
That's true, man. And just going back to this card that's happening on Saturday, there's two more that we gotta go over. Uh, Jesus Alejandro Ramos Jr. versus Guido Emmanuel Schramm. I'm excited for this one. Why? Jesus' style.
yeah,
Something. It's not really something else. It's the typical Mexican style, you know, but entertaining,
yeah.
powerful, bro. He's
He,
he's gonna put on another show this Saturday.
man, I don't think like with his body build, I don't think he's gonna last in that weight class any longer. It's he's huge. He's probably gonna reach 175. But yeah, he's a tough son of a gun and he's active. I want to see him get more opportunities after this, but he's on the right track. With his power, and he's still growing. I think the higher weight that every time he moves up, his power is going to increase, and it's gonna give him a lot of chances against these guys, man.
Yeah, and the last one, man, the new pro on the scene, well, newish pro on the scene, Mr. Joseph Brown. Canadian boy, straight from BC. He's fighting as well against Ezekiel Duran. I'm excited to see this guy come up as well because the one thing I'm really hoping for this guy this year is he gets more and more fights because this guy's entertaining, man. And I honestly think he might be the next big thing coming out of the West. What do you think?
I agree. Under the guidance of Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions, um, man, he's on the come up, and he's always been. So, I would love to get the chance to actually shoot, to actually talk to him, and see where his mindset is. But I agree. I mean, he is the future, especially in Canadian boxing, BC to be specific. But he definitely is one of the top prospects, and I want to see him, still progress. But I want him to be in a conversation where he's not a prospect anymore. He's going to be one of the contenders, if not probably the world champion. That's the goal. So I can't wait to see what the future is in store for him.
Yeah, man, baby steps, but it's gonna happen. I see it, man. I see it. And the last thing we gotta discuss, man, the future and present of the 154-pound division, man. This division is stacked.
This was the old 147 when they had Thurman, Spence, Crawford, Pacquiao, Mayweather. This is the new one. I mean, they all just moved up, really. All
Yeah.
just moved up. We still got hard to say Bud. Now Thurman's at 154. Tim Tszyu, Fundora's fighting. Um, Bohachuk, the Riyadh season guys. Bohachuk, Madrimal, Virgil. Hell, what's his name? Keep forgetting him. Bakram. This division is stacked, and I think this is right now. Right now, this is probably the best division in boxing, most competitive division. And I think I'm gonna ask you, who do you think is the best fighter in this division right now? Who do you think will reign supreme?
Man, so in any regular circumstances, I would have been like, "Oh, Terrence Crawford," but Terrence Crawford, man, he's just looking for big fights in
And he
this
only
point in
had one
time, in my
fight,
opinion.
a
Yeah.
close
So it's
one.
like, yeah. So it's like, I would usually say Terrence Crawford, but coming up, man, I think it's gonna be Virgil Ortiz. I think if for whatever reason, if somehow, some way they decide to go undisputed, or he tries to go for all the belts, I think he has the potential to take all of them out, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. I think other than Terrence, obviously, but the thing is, we don't know. He might move up and just stay there, right? Because I think he's looking for. You're right. I think he's just looking for that big fight. Um, you know, I forgot we still got Charlo in the mix, but we don't know if he's gonna move to 154. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Virgil, man, I think he has the potential to be the face of 154 pounds. He just beat Madrimov. Arguably, people are saying he beat him better than Terrence Bud Crawford. But yeah, I want to see him against Bach. I want to see him actually get a belt. Either that's Fundora, Bakram, or obviously Crawford if it happens. But yeah, I think he just needs that chance, and I think he's on his way.
I think so too, man. If he in like, just imagine a fight between him and Fundora, it's gonna be a
Mm,
bloody mess,
it's
bloody
gonna be.
mess,
Fundora loves to scrap, man. Even though he's big, he doesn't usually use his size.
right? So it's
Crazy.
it's it's gonna be interesting, regardless. Like whoever Virgil fights, like you already know it's gonna be pure entertainment, man. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. Do you think Fundora has what it takes to take Booker out? Do you think the 154 division is absolutely stacked? Because we do. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we're the opposite.